Good evening, Professor. Like to see you. My name is Herman Campos, and in this opportunity, I'm going to talk about the manner of articulation and the minimal parts. Let's start with manner of articulation. The manner of articulation describes how the R string is modified by the articulators, lips, tongue, teeth, palate, etc., in the vocal tract to produce different speech sounds, particularly consonants. It refers to the way in which the articulator interacts to create a sound. The primary manners of articulation used to classify consonant sounds in English are plosive, it also called stop. This involves a complete closure in the vocal tract, stopping the airflow. In this case, the air pressure builds up behind the closure and is then suddenly released, creating a burst of sound. For example, pa, ba, t, da, k, ga. For example, with words as pat, bat, tin, dint, cat, got, etc. Second, nasal. Similar to plosive, in that there is a complete closure in the oral cavity, but the below soft palate is lowered, allowing air to escape through the nasal cavity. Examples, we have the phonemes m, n, n. For example, with the words mat, net, sing, sing. Okay. Third, fricative. This involves a narrow constriction in the vocal tract, causing the air to become turbulent as it passes through, creating a hissing or friction-like sound. Example: b, the, da, s, z, sh, ya. For example, with words fan, ban, pin, then, zip, zip, ship, vision, hat. Fourth, affricate. This manner combines a plosive followed immediately by a fricative, both with the same or similar place of articulation. For example, ya. For example, with word shin, yin. 5. Approximant. This involves a close approximation of the articulators, but not so close as to create friction. In this case, the airflow is mostly unobstructed. For example, what, are, etc. For example, with words, we have wet, yet, red. Lateral approximant. This is a type of approximant where the tongue forms a closure in the center of the oral cavity, but the air escapes around the side of the tongue. For example, with the phoneme L. For example, with word lip. This manner of articulation, along with the place of articulation and voicing, are the three main features used to describe and classify consonant sounds in English and other languages. Let's continue with minimal pairs. A minimal pair is a pair of words that differ in only one sound, that is to say, a phoneme, and have different meanings. This single sound difference can occur at the beginning, middle, or end of the word. When the different sound in a minimal pair is a consonant, it's referred to as a minimal pairs consonant. These pairs are crucial for identifying the distinct consonant phonemes in the English language, as they demonstrate that changing use one consonant sound can alter the meaning of a word. For example, of minimal pairs of consonant, we have pa versus ba. That is to say, voiceless versus voiced bilabial plosive. I can see the difference with the words pat and bat, or pig and big. Okay. In other example, we have ta, tit, and da. That is to say, voiceless and voiced alveolar plosive. I can see the difference with the words, with the following words: tie, die, or town and down. The difference. Other example, we have and ga. That is to say, voiceless and voice velar plosive. For example, with the words, we have coat and gold, or cold and gold, and other examples. Minimal pairs are valuable tools in phonology for first, identifying phonemes. They help to establish which sounds are contrastive in a language and can therefore change meaning. Second, pronunciation practice. They are often used in language teaching to help learners distinguish between similar sounding consonants. Third, speech therapy. They can be used to help individuals with speech sound disorders to differentiate and produce target sounds. Thank you for your attention. See you in the next activity. Bye bye.